photographed great. I think slim faces, think about it, models have slim faces. Models don't have round faces.
For the most part, they're like apple.
I look like a Cabbage Patch Kid.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I do look like a Cabbage Patch Kid. That's what my mom calls it. But in the puffball is not helping. It's giving peak Cabbage Patch right now. Okay, let's actually get started. This is my Jazzy. This is my god sister.
Nice to meet everyone.
And yes, meet my god sister. And today, if you've read the title, we are here to film a Gilmore Girls rant. I am not a Gilmore Girls expert. She is. She watches the Gilmore Girls constantly.
It's like my comfort show, like the comfort in the background.
Mine is Downton Abbey. Let me tell you something. I could do many Downton Abbey rants. I've seen all the movies, the whole show. I know it in and out. That's how she knows Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, for sure.
So, the gist of our rant today is Go God Sister.
We feel that the character of Emily Gilmore was slighted.
Yes.
We feel as though they did not give her as much credit as she should have had.
No.
I can only, and I know all 7 seasons, I can only think of one real season where I was like, oh, Emily, you need to be checked.
Yes.
But other than that, I was like, what's her name? Lorelai.
What are their names?
Both their names are Lorelai. You go to her because you cannot afford children.
Right.
And you're like, I've had it myself this whole time. First of all, nobody asked for you to do everything yourself.
Nobody.
You were trying to prove it to nobody but yourself that
literally,
you could do it yourself.
Literally. Because, okay, here we go. We can go through the seasons of how ungrateful these two women have really been.
Exactly.
So, first season, burst onto the scene, boom, Chilton, right? All that woman asked for were regular dinners.
Which they ate like shit. Like they survived off of SpaghettiOs and Pop-Tarts.
And pizza and like subpar diner food. Nothing against Luke, but come on. Like, you're not making no gourmet meals out of no diner kitchen.
Exactly.
And they're besmirching literal chef-made meals.
To the T, because Emily didn't play.
Not at all. Everything was on point, and the table was decorated, and the silverware was buffed and shined, honey. Like, there was not a spot on the glasses. You didn't need any hot water for your utensils. Everything was together. And they were just like, ew, we don't want to do that. What? Come on. Come on.
First of all, it's a free meal every Friday.
Free.
All you have to do is go there and try to make at least small talk.
Right.
Is she going to ask you questions? Yes, but whose mother doesn't?
That's my thing. That's my thing with the show. She's like, oh, she's so overbearing and controlling. Whose mama ain't overbearing and controlling? If you have a mother who cares about how your life turns out, she's overbearing and a little controlling.
And I think she kind of got on her high horse because she got lucky with Rory, but then she even got her ass handed to her.
Did she not? Because what does Rory have? A baby. And what does Rory not know? The father.
That part.
I mean, like, at least Lorelai had a baby and she knew who the daddy was.
And didn't she drop out of Yale and was like, I'm not going back? And she told you to your face, I'm not going back. It's not for me. Yes. Like, y'all had y'all spat, and you got to see. You got a little taste.
She definitely got a little taste
for sure
of all that shade she was throwing my girl Emily's way, and I did not appreciate it at all. And then this is another thing that got on my nerves. Remember when Rory had that party? Like when Emily threw Rory that party, and it was just like all those rich guys who wanted to date her.
Oh yeah.
And she was like hemming and hawing about it. I'm like, your grandmother gathers a gaggle of rich, eligible bachelors.
Well, wait, hold on. She was dating Lil Humdrum. Not Drake. What is his name? Why am I forgetting his name?
Dean.
She was dating Dean.
We're not gonna give Dean humdrum.
That's first
poor.
Love. That was first love.
Not poor, working class. Dean had many jobs. Okay,
it's probably a Capricorn. A little Jamaican.
I was just say Jamaican. Honey, Jamaican people will work.
Listen, hours.
30 jobs. They do not care. Leave one, go right to the next. I feel that hustle.
I
feel that hustle.
So I can say that.
I'm not Jamaican, but remember when I had those like 3 jobs? Girl, I was so tired. I was like, I cannot sustain this. No. I had to drop 2 and keep 1.
More power though.
Yes, more power to them because they be having the dough cheese in their pockets. Back to the parties, right? Your grandmother hires a makeup artist, a hairstylist. She buys you an expensive gown. She buys you gloves so that you look like Audrey Hepburn in Breakfast at Tiffany's. And she has it catered, and there are decorations, and there's pomp and circumstance, and it's all centered around you.
And I know you know what Breakfast at Tiffany's is. You are a movie buff.
Literally.
Movie buff.
Literally.
And Breakfast at Tiffany's was also a book, if I'm not mistaken. So,
I think I think it was.
Come on, get with it.
Like, girl, you know that this is popping. Why are you pretending like you don't want this?
It's so funny because I'm on like season 6 now, and I'm just like, she low-key always wanted to fit in with this crowd.
She's on season 6 of rewatching the show about 80 million times. Let's
I just have it on the background while I'm doing work. It's literally one of my comfort shows, along with Girlfriends, Living Single. Girlfriends. We got to do those next.
Yes.
For sure. But like
SVU for me.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, that's the time. That's a series of videos right there. But seriously though, like
the Chris Brown episode. I don't
even know that one.
You haven't seen the Chris Brown episode?
He was in the show?
No, he wasn't in the show. So it was like a story inspired by what happened. I don't like to say that because like I feel like both of them have put that behind them. But girl, they did Chris dirty.
Oh.
They did Chris dirty. I was like, that's not right. They really did him dirty. Like they did. We gotta talk about. I'm gonna show you that episode. But they did Chris dirty in that episode. Now his name wasn't his name. The names weren't anything like it. But like the girl's name was like Misha, and I forgot what the man's name was, but he was a menace. Like he was an awful person. I was like, dang, y'all can't do Chris like this. Like this is a lot. That's a lot. But we digress. There's going to be a lot of tangents. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I love to go off on a random tangent. Deal with it. Back to Gilmore Girls.
No, but like she low-key loved it. Like I could tell, and I'm gonna go back to season 1 and 2, but she's always wanted to fit in with them. Like it was kind of her birthright. It sounds kind of like weird, but it was kind of her birthright. And now I see her in season 6. She kind of pined for Logan, in a sense, like trying to get an invite to a party with his dad, just to meet his dad. Girl, you know you like Logan, and you knew he liked you,
right?
Like, come on.
And you should have just leaned into it.
Because
your grandmother tried to set you up for life from the beginning, but you're so ungrateful. Let my good Grammy, Mary Louise Gray, have set up a party for me with a bunch of eligible bachelors. Honey, I'd have been sitting there with my clipboard doing interviews like my grandmama wanted. Like, I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm not going to have to worry about it. Like, let me check off this list what the characteristics that I want in a mate.
And it's like mothers and grandmothers be knowing, like, even though the way she went about it was like a little because she was trying to get her away from Dean, she already saw
that was not going to work out.
Exactly. She already saw Rory leaning into her heiressness and like her Gilmore-ness. Like, come on. She already saw that. And who she ends up with? One of the guys that was there, Logan.
The cutest one. The cutest one that was at the party. The cutest one. And the one that was on her the most. Logan tried from the start to pursue this girl. He pursued her from girlhood to womanhood. And then she still treated him like trash.
he would definitely put her in his.
And she was mad at him. She was mad at him for girls he got with when they weren't together.
Oh my gosh.
I'm confused. Rory is so confusing to me.
Because it's like, and we were all at the age like, oh, he should know.
No, nobody's. No, you're not together. Nobody's a mind reader. You weren't together. Like, that man was doing him. That's not. I feel like this lighting, I don't know, it's catching half my face.
Yeah.
But my channel, y'all, we are all about consistency and not perfection, okay?
True.
I did not feel like fussing with my lights today, and God gave us natural light.
True.
So we're using it. If you can hear like a shh in the background, it's the highway. Don't worry about it. I know you can hear us. We're both very loud speakers. We were taught by our fathers, literally taught by our fathers to project our voices. We're very loud people. Again, deal with it.
And there's a little cut grass going on, so
they can't hear that. I don't think they can hear. Okay. We're in suburbia. Yeah. Deal with it, okay?
Yeah. Let's see. Back to Emily.
Yes, because we're going off.
Oh my gosh! Don't get me started on the fact that Lorelai never been to college. Teen mom decided to do it on her own, even though they were going to put her through college.
They would have taken care of her baby, brought her home regularly, taken the baby to her regularly, so she fully could have pursued her education. Now, even if she didn't want to pursue her education, why did she not just ask her parents for the money to buy her the inn, or to buy her an inn, buy her a hotel, not even an inn?
She ends up basically asking Luke for, but
so dumb.
And I get it. Nobody at 16 wants to get married. That was illogical. Yeah, I get it. It was the 80s. It was Connecticut, but nobody was going to have y'all actually get married.
No.
They just wanted the best for y'all out of a not so good situation. That's
and also, remember that argument that the parents were having? Mm-hmm. And Emily was on Lorelai's side.
Yeah.
And Lorelai sitting on the steps, hemming and hawing, like her mother is not down there defending her with all she has.
It was Christopher's parents that were the real villains.
Yes.
Let's talk about them.
Oh, yes. Talk about them, girl.
Because they weren't, you didn't see them that much, but they, honey, they were like, oh, shouldn't you get rid of it? Oh, they've got places for girls like that.
Mm-hmm. Girls like that?
Emily said, watch what you say, bitch.
Right.
And not so many words, but still, she said, watch how you speak about mine. So she always went to bat for you.
We're not the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5,
exactly.
or the 6.
Even as a mom, you wanted to be the cool mom, the best friend mom, but it's like you did not always know everything, and I think that was Lorelai's problem. She thought she knew everything.
She definitely thought she
knew
everything.
What really pissed me off, and I would love to hear Lauren Graham's take on this, but the season in the episode when it was Rory's senior year, so your grandfather has connections at Yale. Yeah, it's not Harvard, but no sensible senior is only pining for one school.
Remember when she went to that lunch with that guy and his kids were all Harvard crazy? Yeah. And then she hugged Lorelai. She was like, thank you for not putting me on the conveyor belt. It's like, sis, you're on the conveyor belt. You're literally on the conveyor belt. You have one school in mind. You're like, if I don't get into this school, now I don't know what I'm gonna do. You put yourself on the conveyor belt.
That's the Gilmore in you. That's the Gilmore in you.
You are on the conveyor belt.
You are Gilmore through and through.
You're all about traditionalism, and you're trying to run from it, and it's ridiculous.
Exactly.
Stop it, girl.
Stop trying to be your mom.
Stop. Your mom needs to stop trying to be your mom.
Exactly.
For real. Are you kidding me? I have rich parents, and I'm gonna choose to eat pizza every night. Do you know?
True struggle when I got rich parents.
We are both in our parents' house right now. We don't want to be, but we're completely unashamed, honey, because push come to shove, them dinners be hitting that table.
I haven't paid for groceries in over a year, honey.
Oh, that's a lie for me. I be pitching in and shit at home.
You know, Renee out right now.
Literally, an outing to my godmother is the grocery store.
Yeah.
She will go and she stays for hours. What time is it? It's 4. She left.
She'll be back in an hour.
She left at maybe 3 something.
She'll be back in an hour.
And it's now 4:34. She's not coming back until after 5. I'm not playing. She's not. Cause she be in there forever, just perusing, enjoying her little life, throw it in the bag. She loves the grocery store. Do you think we're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I just can't stand walking into this house. It's just so, it's stifling. It's stifling.
And now, don't get me wrong. Don't get us wrong. We have our moments.
Yes, we be having moments constantly with each other. Like, girl, I gotta get out of here. I can't do it. Like my mother, the other day, I told my mother, I don't have any privacy.
But then I wake up the next day and I'm like, I don't have to pay rent.
Yeah. I don't have a light bill.
Oh, thank you.
Only thing I got is a phone bill and Hulu and Netflix.
Oh, yes, that's my pitching. All the streaming services.
Me too, girls. The streaming services. Yes, but push come to shove, at night when me and my mother get home from work, and I be like, I'm hungry, and she be like, let's go to the Chinese carryout. I be like, you pulling out that card, sis? And she be like, shake her head, but she be pulling out that card. I was out last night, and I was short on cash. You know what I did? Called my mama. She hit that Cash App off real quick, and I was good.
Exactly.
I'm not about to look a gift horse in the mouth and be like, oh, you're so stifling. And granted, my mother is very controlling. I've explicitly asked her not to watch my videos, but she'll go through them sometimes and watch them with the sound off. And
just for the views, anything.
Yeah, anything for the views, whatever. And she'll be like critiquing where in the house I'm filming videos. Like, she don't want me to film it in the hallway. She don't want me to film it on the porch. She got to make sure that this part of the house isn't seen and that part of the house isn't seen. And she be like, you need to clean your room completely when you do videos. I be like, nobody can see the mess behind this camera. I don't care.
But that's moms.
Thank you. That is moms. That's moms. It's no reason to actively avoid them. Like, they would be wiggling their way out, or Lorelai would be wiggling her way out of the dinners and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like when Rory first came home from Washington when she was at Page, and she told the grandparents that Rory came home a day later than she actually did, so she could go out with Dean. Rory didn't even want to go out with Dean because she was stuck on Jesse. Jess. Like, she had just put her lips on Jess, so she didn't necessarily want to go out with Dean. She probably did want some time apart and to
that
go
child
out
of a home cooked meal.
Literally. A gourmet meal. Forget it, home cooked. Gourmet, honey.
Like, think about it. Everybody's like vision of wealth and success right now is what the Gilmores had.
Literally. Maids,
private chef. Like, their decor was old, but still like a nicely decorated home in a gated community.
And Emily always had a badass skirt set going. Always had a skirt set going. Not a hair out of place, honey. That makeup was done. She, look, shoes on point. Like, are you kidding me? I personally, if I was Lorelai the second, I'd have been like, so I just wanted to live with my grandparents. I would have lived with them. Did she have to stay with them at one point?
They did set up a Lorelai's old room for her.
I would have moved right on in.
They did.
And had the greatest time going to Bergdorf and Saks Avenue and all the expensive stores.
And it's like, of course, your mom is going to try to buy stuff that she thinks looks better on you than what you pick out. Hell, my 14-year-old goddaughter, I realize I'm at that age right now. Like, you know how they have like the winged baby hairs that's all the way to their eyebrows,
like curtains.
I'm like, you need me to? You sure you don't need me to fix? But like, that's just generational gaps. That's how it is. Like, so of course you're gonna go shopping, and you know your grandmother might lay something out for you that is not your taste. That's normal.
Everybody has to deal with that. I told the internet about how my mom went to the shoe store with me to pick up my Nike Pandas, and she didn't like them. She was like, they look like clown shoes. Now I still got my Pandas, but she bought me another pair of shoes that she liked better. I'm not gonna cry and be like, oh, she's trying to run my life and she's trying to control my look. No, she bought me another pair of shoes that I liked and that I wanted. She bought me the Rihanna Creepers. I was like, oh, yes, thanks, Mom. Like, they were so ungrateful. They were just too, I just feel like at its heart, the Gilmore Girls is about two ungrateful women whose problems could have been solved if they just gave in a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, literally, their problems could have been solved if they just gave in a little bit. And stopped fighting.
This one line from Lorelai Gilmore, you forced her hand when Rory gets accepted to Yale. And it's like, even the people at that table, I remember it was like a Thanksgiving one, and they had like some strangers that Lorelai didn't know at the dinner, and they're like, oh, what else did she apply to? Where else did she apply to? And they're like, yeah, you surely had other places you applied to. And Lorelai, her dumbass feel dumb.
Looking like, stupid.
Girl, like, and you went to prep school. You should probably know.
She knows the process. She knew the
process
for applying to colleges.
You're not that clueless.
It's ridiculous. Because, like, you are literally supposed to apply to a minimum of 8 schools.
It doesn't matter how special you are. Like,
and we found out quickly that Rory wasn't that special.
And oh my gosh,
she was quite cookie cutter.
Let's talk about the humbling ass Paris. I love her. I love Paris,
honey. Because you know that's my favorite character.
Even Paris
in all
was
of
like,
Gilmore
Paris was
girls. I love me some Paris.
Paris was like, girl, it's more than just having good grades.
Yes, you have to like
extracurriculars.
You gotta diversify your bonds.
Exactly. Diversify that portfolio. Yeah, you can be a bookworm and everybody in your little small town knows you and you got good grades, but that's not enough, sweetheart.
And then when the college people came, remember they came and gave them all those tips about how to stand out. And they basically went down the line and told Rory she did all of it wrong.
Paris was Emily 2.0 for Rory, because if it wasn't for Paris, she wouldn't have gotten into Harvard or Yale.
I don't think so.
Oh, well, she wouldn't have gotten it into Harvard, but of course with Richard's connections, she would have gotten into Yale.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't have gotten into Harvard with just her little good grades.
And Rory was so stuck on Harvard, but where did she go?
Yale. And turned down a marriage proposal from Logan.
From who?
From Logan.
And then she ended up pregnant by who, we think?
We believe it's Logan.
We all believe it's Logan.
We believe it's Logan. I gotta go back and watch that one.
Me too.
Child, let me just tell you, like, I would have came back a hell of a lot sooner.
Yes.
If my parents lived like the Gilmore.
I don't think I would ever have moved out. I wouldn't have moved out until I got married.
Like,
I wouldn't have moved out until I got married.
And my parents asked me, like, because I lived in New York for 12 years, and when times got hard, my parents have always asked, you sure you don't want to come home? I was like, no, I'm good. Give me a maid and a private chef. Yeah.
I'm coming. I'll be there.
Here's my Amtrak ticket.
Actually, can you buy my Amtrak ticket?
They would have bought it. Moved all my stuff back down. So, I'm sorry. It's just, little rich girl. That's what it's giving. And, I mean, I know you guys probably all feel the same. Like, you know, Lorelai's fun and witty, but it's like, girl, like...
She carried. She really carried several times.
She really did.
Carried.
And, like, unpopular opinion.
What is it?
Love Luke and Lorelai together. However, I do see where her and Jason were a good match. Because they came from the same background. And I'm not saying you got to come from the same background, but they had that same witty banter.
Understanding.
Yeah, they had that same witty banter. She low-key liked the good life too. Like,
she definitely liked the good life.
When she first slept over his house, and he was like, yeah, I can't sleep with anybody. I was like, I understand that. First of all, especially on the first night, but I understand not like wanting to sleep with somebody like even after you do the deal. Yeah, I can't sleep in the bed with somebody, but I have this dope ass guest room with like a 5-star like interior design bathroom. She ate that shit up.
Yes, she did. She
said I took an hour-long bubble bath the next morning. She said that.
So you mean to tell me that your parents' house, where you could have also done that routinely, is not good enough? You didn't even want to visit them people. We don't even have to talk about like her living there long term or anything like that. Like, which is weird because she ran away when she was like, what, 16? Like, girl, but you know you like luxury.
Exactly.
You know you are into luxury.
She ain't like their luxury because it was old school. Trust me, if Emily and Richard would have updated it to look like Jason's pad, like, you know, along the way, she probably been
I'm sure their bathrooms was cracking though.
That's
you
true.
know their
That's
bathrooms
true.
in their kitchen was probably
That's true.
cracking.
For sure.
And honestly, I can deal with some...
Not like Lorelai was ever in the kitchen,
but girl, we don't even need to talk about it.
Gosh.
But you know their bathrooms was cracking.
Oh,
you
for
know
sure.
they had like separate
Ron's-
tubs, separate tub and shower,
Ron's handle
and it was
there.
like probably like a rainwater shower
Marble.
head.
Mhm.
Yes, marble everywhere.
Mhm.
Big,
Not
big.
bronze, gold features.
Yes, gold, solid gold,
Mhm.
and big windows. Yes, a window in the bathroom, and also those big giant mirrors
Mhm.
where it's like half the wall,
Mhm.
and you can see everything, and there's lights above them, and or like around them coming from. Girl, you know that their bathroom was it.
And it's like I get Luke for her. Like, he loved her unconditionally, all her quirks, and he went along with her bullshit, but he knew when to cut it off. But he knew when to cut it off. So it's like I definitely still understand it. But like, come on, girl. Like, you ate that shit up too.
She ate it, completely ate it up, ate it and left no crumbs.
I didn't see crumbs.
I saw no crumbs either.
There's so much, because there's 7 seasons. There's so much that we could go into when it comes to Emily, and I think I'll leave it at this. So when Rory decides to drop out of Yale because her boyfriend's dad says she's not cut out for journalism, you know, she goes crying to her grandparents after Lorelai went to her grandparents for support. She goes to her grandparents crying. They let her stay with them, even redecorate the pool house. Oh, don't get me started on that.
Literally, like,
5-figure redecoration.
Rolled out the red carpet.
I think there was nothing short of a pillow, of a mint on the pillow every day.
I mean, lavender sprigs on the pillow.
Literally.
Like, I mean, it's just...
But
look, 5-star service
Literally.
at your grandparents' house. Who's not? I would have been over there every weekend.
so even after all of that, and then like when she finally got tired of their overbearingness. Now I get it. At this point, she's 21, and they're like trying to close her in. So yeah, that was time to end. Like, Lorelai, you know, she finds out kind of last minute, and she goes to her mother. Her mother is at she's trying to buy a private jet, and you know, it's Emily. She likes retail therapy.
Come on, a
She's
jet,
not feeling well.
a jet.
And
you
like,
know I'm living with grandma and grandpa.
Exactly.
They got a jet. They getting a jet.
Exactly.
They're getting a jet.
So I mean, it was timeshare, but still, she was like, "I'll buy the whole damn thing, Lorelai. Just leave me alone."
Period.
She's like,
straight like that. Straight like that.
and she's like, you know, I lost her like how I lost you. She go like, "You didn't lose me, Mom. You didn't speak to her." And I hear like different lines throughout this series of her not even going, like, attending Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Right, she wasn't going. Y'all know that as soon as Lorelai asked them to pay for Chilton, y'all know they would have just straight up wrote a check for all 4 years. Straight up paid all of the tuition just in one fell swoop, and not even had a second thought about it. But why would that woman feel the need to say, we'll do it, but you have to come for dinner? Something so small. I just want to see you. If that woman was not actively avoiding them people and keeping their grandchild away from them.
Thank you.
Like, come on. You're not, and then you're going to look the woman in her face and say, you didn't lose me? She had to bribe you to just be around her for an hour or two.
Literally.
I'm just confused.
Literally.
Lorelai just really... like, come on. And if y'all be on my page, do y'all be knowing sometimes I be talking about how much I love my mama. I don't play by my mama. I love that woman so much. She gets on my nerves, but I could never avoid her,
Exactly.
dog. I could never avoid my mother. Do I sometimes, when I'm out and about, to purposely let them calls roll? Yes, but I know if I let one call roll, a second one's gonna come, a third one's gonna come, a fourth one, a fifth one, a sixth one, until I answer the phone, because she's like, you're not going to ignore me. I don't care what you're doing.
We're in our 30s. Like, that's our mothers, though.
Yes.
you should be thankful to have your mother in your life.
In your life. And she had both parents. She had both her parents for such a long time. And she just kept besmirching all of their love and their wisdom. And now, granted, Richard got on my nerves a little bit. He was very, very much elitist and image-based. Yes, he was 100% image-based. But he was still trying to be a father and trying to be a grandfather. And she was just like shirking off everything they tried to do. That show makes me so frustrated.
And it's like, so yeah, and then to even go further, there's a moment where there's a season where Emily goes to visit the Independence Inn. That's before it burned down, and then she opened her own inn with Suki and Michelle. She goes to the Independence Inn, and she sees the shack that Lorelai had her and Rory living in.
And she was gutted. She was like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" She was like,
"Oh, so you hated me so much. You lived in this. You lived in a shack with my grandchild."
It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. Like, when all you had to do was say, "Mommy, Daddy, buy me a house."
Oh, what? They would have forced you to come to home cooked meal every week?
Buy me a house. If my mother wins the lottery today, I'm like, "Ma, what I need is a brownstone in Harlem, and I just need you to like give me an allowance so I don't have to work and I could just audition all day." Do y'all know my mother would write that check gladly? She would send that money gladly, and there would be no stipulations because I don't play with my mother, and she knows I'm answering the phone and I'm coming home.
It's like, I have never experienced, and again, I still love the show. It's just one of those small town, especially when it's like around this time of year. It's one of those small town shows that's just like, okay, and it's witty banter for the most part. It's nothing that I'm like looking over like, ooh, like
what's happening?
There's certain shows that even after, like Killing Eve, there's certain shows that I will rewatch and I'll still be like, oh,
yeah, girl, Killing Eve was good.
Yes, and then not only that, like. That psychotic bitch, she dressed down. She put that shit on.
That pink in that first season. That pink,
she put that shit on.
Really
Villanelle puts that shit on. So that's But Gilmore Girls is just witty banter I can just have on in the background, whatever. And it's got the little la 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 girls in the back. Get on my nerves sometimes, but still, it's just cute. So even though I love the show, it's just like, yo, Lorelai, you really are an ungrateful ass skank, and you are like
she's a skank.
She's the antagonist, right?
She is. She really is an antagonist.
So I don't know.
It's just like so many instances where clearly Lorelai was creating her own misery and
self-sabotage.
Clearly just creating her own misery, and all she had to do was give in a little bit.
I don't ask for a handout.
A little bit. Like, a handout? Is it a handout if them people gave birth to me? I didn't ask to be here.
One thing my parents always told me is that you can never pay me back for giving you life. Beyonce cannot pay Tina.
No.
Enough for bringing her into this world.
No.
And she's a billionaire.
No.
So I'm sorry, but no, like it's just she's spitting Emily's face.
Jill don't be saying that. She be like, "Oh yeah, you can pay me back."
But still, it's just like, yo, like you could have just not been here. You could have gone down the toilet, bro.
Literally, you could have gone on the sheets. We just had to take a stand for Emily because we just really feel that she, in solidarity with her, and then the actress who plays Emily, she just released a book. Y'all need to go buy that.
Gilmore Girl?
Yes.
We are. Can you put the link in there?
Yes, I sure enough will put the Amazon link in there for my girl Emily. Like, we just really all need to stand in solidarity and say justice for Emily Gilmore.
For sure.
Justice for Emily Gilmore. Now, we're not raising this fist high in the sky because Emily is not a black woman, and we're not going to give her the black power fist, but we are going to give her a fist in solidarity because that woman was disrespected for the whole of that show. And this isn't a new episode, like new stuff coming for Gilmore Girls?
Not that I know of.
Oh, it's not? I thought they said it was like a new show coming.
I hope so. That'd be great. I should know. I feel like I should know these things.
But girl, I'm always wrong, so I could be wrong.
I want to look into it.
I don't know if there's new Gilmore Girls like
I would love to know who the baby's father is, and then to see if the baby is going to be like Rory, or it probably won't. It's probably going to be a little shit like Gigi was. But yeah. Justice for Emily. Justice for Emily Gilmore. Yes, we love you down, girl. We recognize that you were the first Gilmore girl. Actually. The first. Thank you. And thank you. Thank you. And they
not like the one or the
thank
two.
Thank you.
Not the
one or the two.
Not the two or the three. She's
like
the one.
Yes, I don't even like that she named her book the third Gilmore girl. Girl, you are the first. Without you, there would be none of the other two. They would not exist. You are the first. Remember that, okay? She was disrespected, discounted. Dismissed.
Dismissed
countless times. Dismissed countless times by Lorelai. I mean, even look, Emily Gilmore went against her husband for Lorelai Gilmore. Regularly, they would argue, and Emily was always on Lorelai's side. And Lorelai would just walk out in the middle of the fights like her mother wasn't in there fighting tooth and nail for her.
It's mostly been about how because Lorelai set an example. For Rory. I mean, Rory saw past Lorelai too.
Definitely.
But, she made that whole, relationship kind of start the way it did. So, yeah, slighted that girl of a real relationship growing up
with her grandparents. Literally.
That right there is selfish.
Yes, that's very selfish.
That's toxic.
Very selfish and toxic. That's what we need to tell Lorelai that she really is. She's toxic and she knows it.
It's not like your parents touched you or sold you.
They weren't throwing her down the steps. They didn't even trip. They didn't even trip for real when she got pregnant.
She was not what is her name? The mommy dearest.
Oh goodness, Joan Crawford. Yeah, she wasn't out here being treated like Christina. She was not getting beat over wire hangers, like getting strapped into the bed. Remember Joan Crawford strapped the little boy? Strapped the little boy in the bed.
He sleptwalk, right?
You don't strap a baby into the bed. I mean, my God. The little boy was literally harnessed into the bed. That was awful.
He was.
I was like, what the hell? Watching my mother, what the hell?
He was, though.
You can sleepwalk all you want. I'm not about to harness my baby into no bed.
It was like the 50s.
What if he gotta go to the bathroom? I'm not doing that to my baby.
Then she get mad because he peed the bed.
Right.
Josephine was another. I'm not Joan. Not Josephine.
The point is, Emily was not giving that.
At all.
Okay? Emily was very much giving, I'm going to tell you when you're wrong, when I think you're wrong. As all mothers do. As all parents do. They tell you when they think you're wrong. I told you my mother didn't like my shoes, so she bought me some shoes that she liked. Am I going to be like, oh, she's still controlling? I'm like, yeah, I got 2 pairs of shoes.
Exactly. Is there anything else? Am I missing anything?
No, I don't think we missed anything.
Okay.
I think we got it all. I mean, we definitely could have gone season by season, but who has time for that? Thank you for watching. Yes. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you liked what you saw today, please subscribe. And you can also hit that little bell button to get notifications of when I upload. I do 1 video a week right now. It's just 1 video a week. And I'm very active on my shorts. Check out my shorts.
Yeah, that's funny.
So I think that's my mission in life. I want to bring people joy. The life is hard out here, and I just want to make people smile. And I also want to be a Broadway star, but that makes people smile. Broadway makes me smile. So
she's taking me to so many shows, y'all.
So many, so many. We're gonna sign off. Thank you so much for enjoying my time with my god sister, my bestest friend in the worldy world, my sister, yes, my Jazzy. If y'all saw me, girl, your hair was fine.
My forehead looked big.
Oh, girl, we both got the same size forehead. It's rocking out here. We don't care. We both shiny. Shiny means moisturized, okay, people? True. If you look greasy or moisturized, don't worry about it. So, that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Bye.